If you're visiting Branson, Missouri and want to spend a little time in nature, Dogwood Canyon is a perfect day trip. It's just a 45-minute drive from town, and today we're walking the entire 3.2-mile paved trail through the canyon. Along the way, we'll see waterfalls, springs, caves, and plenty of blooming dogwoods and redbuds. Let's head to Dogwood Canyon and start exploring. I started the morning with a blended vanilla latte from Table Rock Roasters on the east end of the Branson Strip. And since we were staying at the Hampton Inn on the opposite end, I drove the length of the strip back to the west side, crossing Shepherd of the Hills Expressway as I headed out of town toward Dogwood Canyon. Let's take a look at a map of our drive to Dogwood Canyon. We drove west down the Branson Strip, continuing past Shepherd of the Hills Expressway, the Shepherd of the Hills attraction, and Silver Dollar City before reaching Branson West. From there, we turned south onto State Highway 13 to Kimberling City, crossed Table Rock Lake, and continued on to Lampe. Just beyond town, we turned right onto State Highway 86, and in a couple of miles reached the entrance to Dogwood Canyon Nature Park. It was a beautiful spring morning for the drive, but since I already have a full video of this route on the channel, there's a link in the description. We'll just show you a few highlights here. If you'd like to skip the drive entirely, jump ahead to the 8-minute mark where we enter Dogwood Canyon Nature Park. As we leave Branson, we pass the Butterfly Palace, the Ruth and Paul Henning Conservation Area, Shepherd of the Hills, and the Ozark Mountain High Road. As you get closer to Silver Dollar City, you start to see signs and turning lanes pointing you to Silver Dollar City. If you're headed the way we are, make sure to stay in the right lane here because we're continuing west toward Branson West rather than turning into the park. Passing by Silver Dollar City, we also go by the entrance to Stone Bridge, a large gated housing community in the area. The road begins to open up as we leave the busier attractions behind, and soon we start approaching Branson West. In Branson West, we cross Business 13, which is an alternate route we could have taken to meet up with Highway 13 further south. Instead, we continue on to State Highway 13, turning south toward Kimberling City. The drive from here is calm and scenic, passing by the kinds of small businesses and lakeside stops you'd expect near towns along Table Rock Lake. It's a mostly uneventful stretch until the lake itself comes into view, sparkling in the distance as we get closer to Kimberling City. Nice view of Table Rock Lake ahead, or at least an arm of it. Soon we come to the 1,861-foot-long steel girder bridge that crosses Table Rock Lake. Let's take a moment to enjoy the view as we make our way across, with the sparkling water and wooded shoreline stretching out on either side. After crossing the lake, we pass Wilderness Mountain Luxury Lodges, a collection of upscale cabins and vacation homes nestled into the hillside. The lodges offer a secluded, peaceful getaway with views of the surrounding forest and lake. From there, we continue on toward Lampe, winding along the roads that thread through the Ozarks and moving closer to the turn that will take us to Dogwood Canyon. Just beyond Lampe, we turn onto State Highway 86, which will take us the final couple of miles to Dogwood Canyon and the entrance to Dogwood Canyon Nature Park. The road winds gently through the Ozarks, giving a sense that we're leaving the towns behind and entering a quieter, more natural landscape. Just as the highway begins to drop into the canyon, we spot the sign pointing to the entrance road for Dogwood Canyon Nature Park off to the left. This is where the real adventure begins as we leave the main road behind and start heading into the heart of Dogwood Canyon. The entrance road is a short, scenic drive winding through the arch and park sign before dropping down into the canyon itself and leading to the parking area at Dogwood Canyon Nature Park. It's a beautiful introduction to the park and gives you a sense of the canyon's peaceful, tucked-away setting before we actually start the trail. The park wasn't particularly busy this spring Friday morning, so finding a parking spot wasn't a problem. I parked the car, took a few quick shots of the area, and then headed toward the park entrance, ready to start the walk through Dogwood Canyon. As I headed in, the first thing was to show my ticket at the booth, purchased online on my phone, and get a wristband for the park. A few words here about tickets. General admission can be purchased online, and prices vary by date and time, usually cheaper if you buy early. There are also discounts for seniors and veterans. I paid about $16 on this day. Annual memberships can also be bought for adults at around $75 at the time of this video, with senior and veterans discounts as well. If all you plan to do is walk the trails, that's your only cost. But be warned, Dogwood Canyon can get pricey if you decide to try other activities. At the time of this video, trout fishing was $20 per hour for adults. Horseback riding was $40 for a 1-hour ride. Bike rentals were $15, and tram tours started at $34 per person. My goal for the day was just to walk and video the main pathway, so general admission covered everything I needed. After getting my wristband at the booth shown here, I entered the park through the grist mill, which has a working mill, though it wasn't running when I visited. From the mill, I crossed over the walkway above the creek and passed through the grill before entering the main shop where rentals and tours are available for anyone looking to do more than just the trails. I entered the shop under the sign proclaiming "Adventure starts here" and looked around briefly. Since I wasn't purchasing any tours or renting a bike, I headed back outside onto the main trail to begin the walk through Dogwood Canyon. Just beyond the start of the main trail, you'll see the sign for Hickory Ridge Trail. This is an unpaved half-mile loop that winds through the forest. It's a nice option if you want a slightly shorter, more rustic walk off the main pathway. As I start along the trail, I'll be doing less talking and letting you enjoy the natural sounds of the canyon. I'll point out key features and points of interest along the way, but the rest you can just take in with the sights and sounds around us. I filmed the entire walk, which with stops took over 2 hours to reach the far end, so this video has been edited for brevity. I'll include segments from all parts of the trail though, so you won't miss anything. If you'd like to see the complete uncut version without narration, leave me a comment and let me know that, and I'll know that there's enough interest to put together a full video from the parking lot all the way to the end of the 3.2-mile main trail. Soon we come to the first of our many water crossings along the trail, and here we get our first glimpse of some of the ironwork scattered throughout the park, all crafted by local artisans. It's little touches like these that add character to the trail and make each crossing feel special. About 4/10 of a mile into the walk, we come to the Lone Pine Crossing. This bridge spans 80 feet and was handcrafted in 1992 by Daniel Swartz and his crew, members of an Amish community in Seymour, Missouri. They built the bridge using 12 by 12 beams salvaged from an old Chicago warehouse that was being demolished, a remarkable example of craftsmanship and recycling combined. Also of note here is the beautiful redbud tree in full bloom, adding a vibrant splash of color to the scene.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Just over a half a mile into the walk, we come to Hope Wilderness Chapel, a replica of 1800s-style churches that was actually completed in 2002. It was crafted by Dogwood Canyon staff using local shortleaf pine logs, rough-sawn oak flooring, and eastern red cedar for the ceilings. The chapel seats about 100 people and is often used for weddings and special events. At the back, there's a beautiful outdoor porch that overlooks a waterfall surrounded by dogwoods and redbuds in full bloom.
They do hang around with their parents another 4 weeks so they can learn how to hunt.
At about the 1 mile mark, we arrive at Thunder Falls. This 60-foot tall waterfall has been enhanced to give visitors a glimpse of what it might have looked like thousands of years ago. A fun fact, one of the scenes from the IMAX movie Ozarks Legacy and Legend was filmed right here, showcasing some of the natural beauty of the canyon. As we approach the next bridge, we get a good look at one of the Dogwood Canyon trams used for the park's tram tours, crossing the stream at the low water crossing right next to the bridge. It's a neat way to see the canyon if you're not up for the full walk. As a side note, the trams actually continue onto an extension of the trail that's only accessible to them. Along that route, visitors get to see herds of elk, longhorn cattle, and American bison that are kept in the park, a unique experience you can't get on foot. At about the 1.3 mile mark, we come to the Chuck Wagon site. This streamside location is used for private groups to enjoy special meals and events, and when it's not in use, it makes a lovely picnic spot. There are restroom facilities with flush toilets available here. Over the years, a number of well-known personalities have visited this site, including President George Bush, Whitey Herzog, Waylon Jennings, Chuck Yeager, Johnny Cash, and more. Just past the Chuck Wagon site is the Pine Ridge Pass Trail, another side trail off the main path. This one is a bit longer than the Hickory Ridge Trail and offers a slightly more extended walk through the forest for those looking to explore beyond the main trail. Following that, we come to the trailhead for the shorter Box Canyon Trail. It's an up and back trail that offers a quick hike and a closer look at the canyon scenery without leaving the main path for long. To the right of the trail here is Powerline Cave. The cave only extends about 50 feet into the mountain and is the site of a spring for much of the year. It's closed to visitors, but it's still an interesting feature to spot as you walk by. The bluff on the right here is called the Great Spirit Rock Shelter. In 1993, the oldest human remains ever discovered in Missouri were found here, dating back some 8,000 years. In addition, a number of ancient artifacts have been uncovered at this site, making it a fascinating glimpse into the region's deep history. The cave here is called Kids Cave. It stretches about 250 feet in, but at times the passage narrows to only 12 to 14 inches tall, hence the name. It's a fun little feature to spot along the trail, though not meant for casual exploration. Although only visible in the distance in these shots on the right, this is Fire Pit Cave. It's a relatively short cave, only about 40 feet deep, but it's historically significant. Rare stone beads and charcoal samples dating back around 3,000 years have been discovered here. Next up is Glory Hole, one of the highlights of Dogwood Canyon. The pool here is 16 feet deep and is home to giant rainbow trout, though fishing isn't allowed. Behind the waterfall, a cave extends about 300 feet into the mountain with a passage that reaches 20 to 30 feet tall in some places. a truly impressive natural feature along the trail. We've now arrived at the Seven Pools area. The small dams, called weirs, are designed to improve oxygen flow in the water, enhancing the habitat for wild rainbow trout. These trout were originally introduced to the park and now reproduce naturally, creating a thriving population in the pools. The bridge we're about to cross is Turtle Rock Bridge, named for its cobblestone surface and the unusual rocks that resemble turtle shells. These rocks are naturally occurring and actually originated in Oklahoma, adding a unique touch to this charming crossing.
Low. Low.
This is Sam's Spring. It's naturally occurring, and its water source is connected to Emerald Pool upstream, providing a steady flow of clear water along this section of the trail. On the left is Emerald Pool and its turquoise waters. This is the feeder for Sam's Spring that we saw earlier. Oh. Hello.
If you put one differential, but I'll be getting more money.
Hello. State Line Pool is famous for its beautiful bluff. In the winter months, this bluff has been known to form icicles up to 20 feet tall, creating a dramatic and memorable natural display. Welcome to Arkansas. A portion of Dogwood Canyon extends into the state, and we've now reached the state line, marking another unique aspect of this beautiful park. Hello. Located on the hillside above us is Trapper's Cabin. Built in 1993, it features doors and windows salvaged from a very old building in New Mexico, giving it a unique historic character while blending naturally into the canyon landscape. After a 3.2-mile walk, we've reached Wishbone Falls, the turnaround point on the trail. The pool here is home to golden rainbow trout, though we couldn't see them today. It's a peaceful spot to pause before heading back along the trail. And so we have reached the end of the trail here at Dogwood Canyon, or the walking trail. It's about 3.2 miles back to the main entrance. So we're going to start heading back that way. I'm going to turn off the camera since you've seen all of this, unless we come across something interesting that I haven't taken video of. Once I get past this next bridge, where the nice little pool is ahead, on the way back, I captured a quick shot of Trapper's Cabin and the Missouri state line sign, then turned off the camera until approaching the park entrance about 45 minutes later. The entire walk ended up being roughly 6.5 miles round trip. And I'm going to turn off the camera and I will see you back at the main entrance. Back by the entrance, I grabbed a quick shot of the treehouse built for Dogwood Canyon Nature Park by the crew from Animal Planet's Treehouse Masters. After that, I headed inside for a bite to eat at the Canyon Grill, enjoying a nice club sandwich and chips. With this meal done, I made the drive back to Branson, wrapping up this video and this trip. Tomorrow, it's back to Texas. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this kind of content, like the video, share it with friends, and leave us a comment to let us know what you think. We invite you to join us on our website at findushere.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Meanwhile, check out this video next for more travel fun. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our new content. Your subscription is always free, helps us grow the channel, and is always greatly appreciated.